Okay, it's Wednesday, April 8th, and I wanted to take a minute and show you how the box has been doing in these markets. Some of you may have never seen this, some of you may have been kind of watching from the sidelines, but I want to show you what I think is one of the most straightforward, easy to use trading tools that's ever been created. So we could look, you can see overnight there was a nice rally, it picked up some of that. So if you're not familiar with the box, it's really pretty simple. When you're trading, it would look like this over here on the right side of my screen. The candles are colored blue when it's in a buy signal. A box pops up. You actually get a sell signal right there. And the risk is up above the top of the box. The entry's down here. And there's a number of ways you could trade this. You can be selling, you could, if you're short here, you could add again here, you could take it off and add here, you could sell it up here. So a number of different ways you could be trading that. So anyway, here's the bottom line. You get a sell signal, you're short around 77, 26.77. This is about 20 minutes, 10 minutes after the open, 15 minutes after the open. And the low down here was 53. So that was about 23 points on that move down there. So also you'll notice these lines are for taking profits. So it came down to here. You can see it came down there and then bounced a bit, came down through there, and then it came down here, and then it bounced from that lower one. So we came back up here, and then we got a buy signal around 82 area. And that was 26.82, and that traded all the way up to the high over here at 27.21. And so about a 40-point trade right there. And then real short-lived trade here, you would have maybe lost a handful of points or so on that, depending on how you managed it. So first trade, you're up 23 points. Next trade, you're up 40 points. And then this trade, you would have given back 5. So you're still up about 58 points. And then there's a long signal at 08. And that goes all the way from 27.08 all the way up here to the high over here is 27.52. So about 44 points on that one. So you've got 23 points on your first trade, 40 points on your second one, 44 points on your third trade. You would have lost about 5 points on that one. And then there was a short opportunity, and that went about 8 points. I'm not going to count anything on that. It was really closer to the end of the day. And then you can see one of the things that you have to look out on this is when it gets, if it's really choppy, you want to stay out of markets like this. And even still, there's still plenty of profit opportunity in here. That's a short at 35. It went all the way down to 28. So it came, you shouldn't, this is certainly not a trade you should be losing money on. Maybe you're not making a lot of money on it, but you're definitely not losing a lot of money if you're managing that properly. And then here's your buy signal at 40. That went about 12 points. So then we got another short over here, and that's gone from 35 down to 22. So that's gone about 13 points. So even though this looks like, well, wait, it said sell and then buy, and yeah, well, you still could have made about 30 points or something in here if you managed that appropriately. So just today, if you traded one standard E-mini contract on a $500 margin, and you made $50 a point, and you made 102 points, it's $5,100. That is, the box cost way less than that for an entire year. And inside of 3 trades today, you literally could have paid for the box for your entire lifetime. So if you don't have this, if you're not using this in your trading, we could go look at just about anything. I really like this setting on the S&P, but let's go back just to something random here. I'm not even, I don't even know what day this is. I just scrolled back to whatever day, just so you can see that we're not just picking out the very best days here. Here's the open of the session was back over here. you can see this obviously was a short that worked out really well right here. And then here's the open of the session, first signal of the day. You get a long signal around 25.86, and that move up here came all the way up to 26.06. So that's a 20-point trade. So that trade by itself is $1,000. And then and there's no guessing here. You know exactly where you're getting in, where you're putting your stop loss, and then you're trading that up to the target. And then here was a trade. This one went from 90 down to 86. So again, maybe you're not making anything on this, but you certainly shouldn't be turning it into a losing trade. That's for sure. So then we get another buy signal. This one ends up going from 96 all the way up here. When it's like this, I'm just calling this one trade. And when it comes all the way up here, that's a 23, so 96 up to 23. So we'll call that 25 points. It's actually more than that, but there's 25 points. So that trade on its own right there, your first trade was $1,000, and then your next trade would be $1,250. And then this one, lots of opportunity. I mean, you could have taken this thing off anywhere around here. Worst case scenario, if you just held it, you would have actually gotten stopped out and reversed long. Came back, you would have stayed long here. You were long from 21.50. That went all the way up to 29, so went about 8 points. That's $400. And then this is the kind of movement that I talked about so maybe you're not making anything here, but you should definitely not be turning this into a loss. And then here's another buy opportunity around 20, let's see, 21.50. And that went all the way up to 30.75. So almost, that's about 9 points. That's $450. Here's this trade. Maybe didn't make anything. Went 22 down to 16. You might not have made anything on that. Went about 6 points. But you shouldn't have turned it into a loss. And then we got a buy signal here. I don't even know what day this was, but here's a buy signal at 26.25. And this is what the box does brilliantly well, is it captures those big moves. So it stayed in a buy signal this whole time into the close here. Anyway, you got this buy down here at, we'll just call it 27 for easy math, and it traded up to, we'll call it 67. It was 68.25 or something. So that's a 40-point trade, or it's a $2,000 trade. That's just one day that I randomly scrolled to on the chart. So this day, you take any one of these days that we're having right now, and you literally, one of these big trades like this that the box is picking out can pay for the box for an entire year for you. So if you're not taking advantage of this, and besides all of that, not only are you missing out on what having this in your tool belt, but you also are missing out on the best markets that we've seen. I've been trading since 2005, 2006. These are the best markets that I have ever seen. So if 2008, if you were trading and you weren't ready, then you still, you weren't ready for what happened and what came in the market. You don't have to have 2020 be that same way. These markets are absolutely incredible with the amazing volatility that we're seeing. And if you aren't capitalizing on that, you're just really missing out. So these, it's really not too late to get ready. This is a pretty simple thing. If you can see where it says buy and you can follow these signals, this has been very reliable. Now, I can't promise you're going to make money, but what I can tell you is that this has been extremely reliable in these big markets with these big swings, and it's done a very good job of picking out the trades before these big runs happen. So I would, you can go check it out. I'll put a link here below the video and you can go check it out. By the way, this is so simple. I did a video, I'll link it up here, but I actually taught my son how to use the box. He's 9, and I taught him how to trade futures using the box. So it's very simple. Anybody can really use this. And, we have a whole training course in the members area that'll walk you through how to do it, how to set it up on your charts. So go check it out. You can actually get the box in the link below here and spend some time this weekend, get it all set up, and be ready to go on Monday.